Hello everybody, my name is Ellie and this is Planning and Finances. There's always questions around sinking funds like, what are sinking funds? How do I calculate them? What do I need sinking funds for? Can I have too many, too little? Stick around and I'm going to walk you through everything to do with sinking funds, and then I am going to show you what I have in my sinking funds at the start of 2021. Well, hello, how are you? We are going to just have a chat about these sinking funds, and I'm bringing my tea because I am a mammy and I'm multitasking, and I'm getting a cup of tea in peace just talking to you guys about sinking funds. So you hear people talking about sinking funds all the time and you're like, oh my god, what is this word they're talking about? And you hear people say, oh, sinking funds, it was like a game changer to my budget. And literally, they are a game changer to your budget. They will save your ass over and over again as you get into budgeting. So I class there's two types of sinking funds. This is how I would do mine. I have ones that are compulsory. There's a date to them and I have to pay them. So they're like a bill. If it could come in every month and not have any interest on it, I would pay it like that. But there's things like your car insurance. So I'm going to save up a little bit every month and put that aside so that when the bill comes in for my insurance of my car, I can pay it in full. That goes the same for my house insurance. I put money aside for my girls' birthdays, and I also put money aside for Christmas. These are my funds that I have to have. They're just part of my budget because they're bills and expenses that I have to come up with the money for. So I don't want to be caught out, say in March, and my insurance comes, I'm like, oh my god, I don't have €600. That would totally blow my budget. And this is why sinking funds are so good. The next sinking funds that I have are undated, as they're called. There's no real timeline to them. You don't know when they're going to pop up. So I have like car maintenance. I have a car, so I know at some stage I'm going to need services. I'm going to need new tires. It's going to break. It's my car. It's inevitably breaking at some stage throughout the year. And I put money aside in an account for that. But I only fill this usually to a certain amount. I don't want to overfill them either when I could be putting my money to other good uses. Another example here could be your laptop is kind of on its last legs. So you're going to save up some money and have it there for just in case it breaks, you have some money there to pay it off. Now the thing about a sink fund is like that, the laptop example. You could be saving and you might have 500 in your laptop sinking fund. And you're like, oh, that's not going to get me a really good laptop. You want to get a laptop that's like 1,200, but you've got 500 towards it. Where if you hadn't started that sinking fund, you'd have nothing towards it, and you probably would have to get a lower grade laptop than the one you want. So they're the basics of sinking funds. So I'm going to show you my sinking funds. I'm going to show you exactly what I have in my sinking funds on the 1st of January. And I'm going to talk you through what I use them for. So let's get into it. So here we are, guys. I am just using a regular notebook. It's a bigger size though. It's like B6 size, which I think is great. So I've just got some stickers here with me that I'm going to use because I love decorative planning. It just shows you can jazz up any notebook with a little bit of stickers. So here we are. So here we are, my sinking funds, and I love using nice pretty washi and some decorative stickers. And I'm going to get in and I'm going to show you my sinking funds. So the first lot that I have are my compulsory ones. These ones are part of my budget, and I'm going to have car. So this includes insurance and tax for 2 cars and NCT. And my opening balance on this one is 1385.27. The insurance and the tax are actually near the start of the year. I've got one in March and one in June. Next up, I have house insurance. And that is 288. This one's actually due in May. And I have my TV license, which everybody in Ireland has to pay, which is like a broadcasting fee. So even if you don't have a TV, you can now broadcast on your phone. So it's like saying everybody should have one now. I don't know. And then I have Lauren B-Day and Hannah B-Day. Lauren's balance is 31949. I usually give them about €500 each for their birthday. And this includes like their party, their gift, their clothes, anything like that. And now Hannah's balance is 753, and that's because she didn't actually get much for her birthday this year. Being in lockdown and everything, she didn't ask for anything. She wanted like all outdoor stuff because they were in the garden so much. Her birthday's in the summer. So she got like a badminton net and a basketball board, but little bits came from all family members. And we didn't have a party. So so I'm actually not going to fund that anymore now, I don't think. Because that's even way over her limit for the year. But Christmas, so we finished off last year and we've got €212.12 left. And that was actually left because I was going to get Christmas decorations, but you know, it wasn't an essential to go shopping for Christmas decorations this year, so I didn't bother going to the shop. I was literally only going to go to the shop if it was essential items, so we pretty much stayed at home. So no sale Christmas items for me this year, but your things are more important, so we won't worry about that. So that leaves me with an opening balance then of my compulsory sinking funds of 3033.55. So these are ones that I put in throughout the year with my budget because I'm going to have to pay for them. So my monthly figures are 200 for my car insurance, 15 for my house insurance, and that's because I over budgeted last year. Well, not that I over budgeted, I overestimated the price, but I actually got a really good deal on the house insurance. So I had money extra in the pot, so I reduced the monthly spending. And the TV license is 15 a month as well. It's roughly $13.99, but I put in 15. Lauren gets €50 a month. And I'm not going to give Hannah anything because she's like way overfunded. And then Christmas, I'm going to give €150. So what's that? That's 30. That's a bit more like a $430 a month. And that $430 is included in my budget, and it gets, so now I have the extra. So these are funds that I fill with what I have left over and what I am concentrating on filling at the time. So I'm going to have car maintenance. Oh guys, I use this all the time. But then again, I have an old car. I have house maintenance. Oh yeah, and I actually calculated the cost of our cars for the whole year, and it was so good to see because it costs I figured out how much it was per kilometre of petrol, so depending on how much we drove, how much it cost us. But then I also actually had some repairs and we had new tyres on both of the cars actually, so it was a really good indicator of how much a car will cost. So I'm going to put a little something together on that as well. So now I have house maintenance, college fees, and new phone slash laptop. I could really call this kind of tech. There's that techie that we need to buy. I have immigration. My husband is from Mauritius, and we've been married we'll be 10 years married this year, and we still haven't done his immigration, but sure, we'll get to it. We're in no rush. And we have a holiday. I really want a holiday, guys. I'm just putting it in, you know. If we manifest these things, they just might happen. So is that all of them now? I'm just checking my list that I have. Yep, that seems to be it. So the car maintenance, my opening balance is, oh my god, it's that one there. It's 71976, and the reason why I've left it kind of this high is because the mechanic did a job for us before Christmas on my husband's car, and he hasn't given the bill yet. He's awful. I'd be like, can I have the bill, please? He's like, I know you're good for it. And I'm like, I know, but I tell him about my budget and he just laughs at me. Then I have house maintenance, and I kind of capped this at 600. It's been at 600 for most of the year, I think. I don't think it needs to be filled more than this. 600 is going to replace like a washing machine or a dryer or something like that. The only thing that wouldn't cover would be a fridge or a cooker, and that then would come out of our emergency fund if we needed any extra. So new laptop or a phone, I have 1400 in here because I actually think my laptop is on its last legs, and I think it's going to go any day now. So I'm going to start researching. And that's the thing about having an emergency fund. I have that money there now, and I can go and buy it, and it's not going to affect my budget this month at all. Like if my laptop just goes now, I can go and buy a laptop and it's not going to affect my budget this month at all, because I've been saving this for about 2 years. So like a little bit every month, and some months I haven't filled it at all. Some months where money has been tighter, that's not gotten filled at all. Then I have immigration, it's sitting at 500, and we're not doing that and about that now at the moment, so we're just going to leave that there. And then we have holiday, the little €100. So yeah, manifest it, people, manifest it, and it will happen. Now, so the subtotal of that one is going to come to 4379.97, and I will fill out these when I know what's happening. So when I do my budget, and at the end of the month I fill up these funds with what's left over. And they're my sinking fund, guys. I hope this was helpful. And I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you this filled out at the end of the month, so you'll be able to see it check-in and how I close it out for the end of the month. But also then I have, so then over here I have a spending tracker. And I write down here what I bought, the details and what fund it's coming out of. And then at the end of the month, I fill that into this column here, in the spent column. Oh my gosh. Seriously. There we go. So that is it, guys. Thank you very much. And come back in a few weeks and we'll close this off for you. Have a lovely day, everybody. Take care. Goodbye.